Hello, my wonderful and amazing people. How na day? This is the continuation of this this lady that the husband brought to the US, and she decided that she was going to bring her boyfriend, and she got pregnant for the boyfriend. Now, this same lady, now, with the woman where refused her husband to carry her, but she was pregnant 6 months, and the husband was asking for advice. That is the part one. This is the part two now. According to what is out there on the blogs, on social media, on this Obasanjo internet, so it looks like this is going to be a series. They said the query is this lady is an Aquarian woman from Omagua in Rivers State. She revealed the true story behind a controversial divorce and pleads for forgiveness from her ex-husband. So this is true. It's not a fiction. It's not a made-up story. So this certain lady name has been by name is Nam Osarochi from Umagwa, and has taken to Facebook to address her ex-husband's recount yes recounting the complex circumstances that led to her controversial divorce. Wow. She revealed that her marriage was initially arranged to alleviate her family's financial struggles. Despite being in love with her boyfriend, after moving abroad and establishing herself with her husband's support, she rekindled a relationship with her boyfriend, which led to a pregnancy and the end of her marriage. The woman expressed remorse and offered to repay her ex-husband for his financial assistance, hoping to move forward amicably despite the heartbreak and betrayal involved. Really? Is that easy for you to say? Now, wow, this story is true, my people. So this girl said it was a planned walk. It was arranged so that it will help to take a family out of poverty in the expense of another man's feelings. Nobody say, okay, I marry you because I want you to enrich my family so that my family will be out of poverty. It was arranged so that when she don't temporarily, upgrade herself, then she cannot leave the man and go back to her boyfriend, which she eventually did. She said she's responding to her husband, the man who said he married her, sponsored her into a nursing school, took her abroad, and she betrayed him by processing papers for her boyfriend to join her in the States, which she eventually got pregnant for him. She said she's not here to defend herself, but tell exactly how it happened so the world can also understand her position in the whole situation. The good thing I like about this whole thing is that she's telling the truth. She's not coming out to blame the man or to apportion, some blames to the man and just claim to be innocent of this whole situation. She said she had dropped out of school due to lack of finances by her parents, who are retired primary school teachers. During that very tough period, this guy's mom, her husband, now ex-husband, or who is about to become her ex-husband, came to their house and told her mother she will wish for her son to marry her. My parents talked to me, she said, he talked to her into it, even though she knew she was already in a serious relationship and so much in love with her boyfriend. She said she eventually didn't have to have much of a choice since the guy was based abroad and also doing very well. You remember the guys did say that he was doing very well, right? She said she felt like this was a God-given opportunity to eradicate poverty in her family, on a quest to also please her family too. After a few chats with him, their wedding was arranged and set, in which he came back to Nigeria and finalize the marriage. She said now, before he traveled back, he pleaded that she pleaded that instead of him being in a age to process a document, he should instead register her into a nursing school and start processing a document when she's almost graduating from the nursing school, since it will obviously be expensive if she should school abroad, and also it can help her to get a job when she finally joins him. He was happy, proud of her, and even praised her for being smart. He finally registered her and also, got her apartment, which was furnished, rented apartments, furnished, which she stayed in. So she said she was very comfortable while she was in school. Just a few months before her husband went back, her boyfriend came to her and cried, pleading that he was still in love. He was still very much in love with her. And she felt really pity for him, knowing he did nothing wrong to her. She said she was also still very much and deeply in love with her boyfriend. She couldn't resist taking him back. So they started seeing each other again and even moved in with her. So they started asking, she said she started asking her husband for more money and complaining of financial shortages, in which he always sent a huge sum of money. She said she used the monies to also register her boyfriend into an ICT learning program so he can graduate with an international standard certificate, which can as well help him get a good job abroad. He said both of them had it discussed and planned that when they finally moved to the States, he would she said she would process his documents while he joins her later. Actually, they saw that as a good opportunity which could change their lives. She believed it was God's doing. Which God's doing? Hmm. Wow. To cut the long story short, luckily her visa was ready a few months after their graduation, in which she joined her husband in the States. That same week, she immediately started making inquiries on how she could, she could go abroad to get a job. She said her husband confessed how proud and happy he was to have an ambitious woman and for a wife. He even helped her out in getting her a work permit and also submitted a CV to several hospitals that, like the lady said, like he said yesterday. He said, however, she was still keeping in touch with her boyfriend after 4 years of living abroad. They already had everything established and planned. After several trials and failures, her boyfriend eventually got a visa and finally came out to join her in the US. She said she actually had no child with her husband for 4 years. He was worried. She said they had several tests and she avoided it because she was taking pills to get pregnant for him. She also denied him access to his body for 6 months. Truth is, by this time, her boyfriend was already in the States, in which she finally got pregnant for him. She said she really didn't care anymore. If her husband found out about them, she didn't care. She was already deeply, madly in love with her. Now she calls her boyfriend a fiancé. She said they eventually planned. Now, wow, this kind of thing they happen true for this life. Eh? This kind of thing true they happen for this life. First you go to hear all this kind of thing, you go to say na story or na fiction. She said she and her boyfriend actually planned to reveal everything to her husband in due time and probably ask for his forgiveness. But somehow he found out on his own before they could. She said it's true, she didn't feel any remorse. She was not remorseful, but instead served him with a divorce paper. Her mind was already made up. She said she was sorry to say their marriage from the onset was a sham. And she said she honestly never loved him. Her heart belonged to another. She did what she had to do for love. Any woman in her shoe would do just same. No, no be so. She said she was just a lady who is in love. She God bear her weakness that she didn't mean to do this to her. She didn't mean this to happen. And she's not here to defend herself. Like she said, she would rather apologize to him and say, sorry, Roland, you are a good man. Even after everything I did, you still ask us to fix our marriage. Even when she's pregnant for someone else. You kept apologizing when I'm the one that wronged you. Please forgive me, she said. She said she's sorry that she cannot stay. Please consider her feelings too. Her heart belongs to someone else. It wouldn't be good for us. Thanks for thanks so much for signing the. Now wow, this woman. Now wow, these things they happen. No, things they happen. Sha, things are happening, my people. When there's one I heard too of a lady. Was it Atlanta, Georgia? Somewhere in one of these certain states. That was a Ghanaian. It was in the news. I actually blogged it on my other page. I blogged it last year. I even went live on it. The man by the woman. It's similar to this story. That one said, if you can look it up, it's in the news, it's online. That man went to Ghana and went to marry this woman. We said when he got to Ghana, right? The lady told the husband that the parents are, look, she have a boyfriend, she have somebody that she's in love with. They convince her, everything. Oh, the man married her. Eventually brought her over here. She went to nursing school too. She too became a nurse. Had 4 boys. 4 boys for this man. After she became citizen. She was now a citizen, and then she traveled back to Ghana. When she went back to Ghana, she rekindled her relationship with her boyfriend. Remember that her fiancé she left in Ghana never got married because I was heartbroken. He never married. So he rekindled their relationship. And when she came back, she told her husband here that, I think they said the husband was a pastor in one of the churches over there in their church or so, or an elder, something like that. But it was somebody that had the higher position in the church. And so she told her husband that, how they met. She was never in love with this man that brought her to the US. She never loved him. That when she went to Ghana, she was trying to be truthful, like this lady now, being truthful to this man. Do you know what the guy did? The guy didn't say anything, no. The guy said, okay. And he went and bought a GUN and just spied the woman in presence of their 4 boys. Spy the woman and spy himself. Did he spy himself or is the other? There are so many of them, I beg my people. So many of them. I don't know if it's the one that spy himself or the one that brought the lady from the east and said that they look so arrangement. So most marriages like this is arrangement. That one from the east was arrangement. So these things, sometimes when you hear them, until you see somebody that know them, or you read it in news, that's when you say, oh, these things are truly happening. So when you hear that a man by his wife in the abroad, there is more to it, the story. When you start to dig, you will see that the thing is close to this. This lady here now used her husband's money to train her boyfriend, to send him to school, brought him to the US, married him, divorced her husband, and married the boyfriend. And she says she's not remorseful. She's just following her feelings. The husband is begging. She said it's not going to be good for them, which is true. But my thing is, how God want to forgive you for this kind of thing what you do? How God want to forgive you? Why did you ruined the man's life? 7 years of the man's life is gone. Now, wow, my people. Me, when they talk this story, my body weak me for here. Things they happen, shall my people may not share this story. Share this story. These are true life stories that are happening in our lifetime. What our gender are also doing to the other gender. My people, share. May God help us. Share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. May God bless you all. My name is Patience, and this is Patience Vlogs. VLOG Vlogs. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.